September 28, 1947. United Nations of the World. India would like aid from the UN because we are in threat of being conquered once again. Ever since the dawn of civilization, we Indians have been very fragile compared to the world. Any major power or strong country could take us over and make us slaves. Our premier example is when the Ottoman Turks took us over, and just 100 or so years ago when the British took over. When we gained independence from the British, we needed help, and we still need help. Our country's lacking resources, money, and the army. We need to stay in power and prevent extraterrestrial nations from conquering us once again. So we ask of you to provide money, armed troops, and other necessary resources. We would need lots of armed power because when we hold elections and we pick a new leader or group, we would like it to be a peaceful transition so there would not be violence and breakouts of civil war. Giving us military power will also prevent regions from splitting up and partitioning. Another area of concern is the tension in Kashmir. This is one of the most debated parts of India as the Muslims and Hindus are fighting over here. We want to become a unified country. If you can solve our problems and give us what we need, we will do whatever our tiny country could do to repay this debt. We are a country of art, religion, and culture. We are not a war-torn country who kills for our independence. We fight with our words. We fight with our everyday actions instead of guns and swords. We might not have shed blood, but we still get where we want without guns. Unfortunately, after World War I and II, words can't save us from extreme political parties, such as the radical communists and the radical totalitarians. That is why we ask you, the United Nations, to protect us until we can walk with our 2 feet by ourselves. Thank you, executive officers and representative leaders of India. May 11th, 1991. United Nations of the World. India would like more aid from the UN because of domestic violence once again in India. A couple years ago, our leader, Indira Gandhi, was assassinated in office. Her son Rajiv took over a country with a weak government, weak national military, and raging domestic violence, and a civil war was about to break out. We would like more military aid. People are in the streets with guns, weapons, and smoke bombs, killing people and trying to cause a civil war. We are right now holding up and keeping some sort of control in the country. We cannot help ourselves for long, and we cannot grow because of famines, lack of resources, and mercenaries cutting trade routes. Neighboring countries are dealing with their own problems, or they are not powerful enough to help us out. Most violence is inflicted on the Sikhs because the person who murdered Indira was apparently a Sikh. When Rajiv was overthrown, an unstable group took over and inflicted corruption throughout the government. To clarify our needs, we need not only a military to defend, but also an army to attack and overthrow the powerful, corrupted government, so a pure and stable group can come and restore order to India in a peaceful manner. And we'd also end the conflict in Kashmir and put a stop to Pakistanis threatening our safety and independence. Please fulfill our request, because if we cannot stop this madness, there might not be an India tomorrow. Thank you. Citizens of the Republic of India. September 13th, 2001. United Nations of the World. I am devastated to hear about the Al-Qaeda bombings in the World Trade Centers and the Pentagon. I ask of the UN for nothing of our homeland, India, this time. Instead, I would like to inform you about the possible threat of the nuclear warfare program of Pakistan. No facts are evident, but with explosions on the far side of East India and minor traces of radiation, we're suspecting them to have a nuclear program. With the circumstances right now and the threat of terrorism, the brink of World War III and nuclear weaponry, I suggest to scout out Pakistan. The troubles in Kashmir have calmed down a lot. As casualty reports go down, our military could have scouted them, but with the Pakistanis, we would like to keep the relationship going and try not to start any wars, as the Indians try to enter the Golden Age. Please stop whatever Pakistan is trying to do and end terrorism, as that will be my only one concern for the years to come. Thank you. Atal Bihari Vajpayee.